We're back to the hat. I've been having really good mornings. But this morning is not so good. I'm not vomiting, which is a privilege. You would think that I was pregnant in the mornings. All I do is wake up and vomit. This past week, though, I did not vomit. Except for the one morning. There was one morning that I went to the store and got a shoddy bottle of Kratom and took it, and the shoddy bottle made me vomit. I don't get shoddy bottles of Kratom unless I'm like an emergency situation. Like if it's the emergency room or a shoddy bottle of Kratom, I'm going to go for the shoddy bottle of Kratom before the emergency room. But one morning I had gone and got a shoddy bottle, and the shoddy bottle made me sick. So now I'm making sure that I just order my Kratom online and make my own shots. My nerves? No. Maybe. I think with my nerves angles, you're right, but you're right. Because I had the exhaustion, the pancreatitis. I think I'm learning coping skills. So my nerves, I'm starting to handle them better. I'm not out of the woods, but I'm handling them better. Yeah, it's kind of my nerves. I got to give you a ring sometime, Angles, so I can tell you the stuff in the background that's going on that I don't talk about publicly. If you can imagine that, there's a ton of shite going on in the background. I haven't said 2 words publicly. Like, I haven't even hinted at what's going on in the background. I'm good at keeping secrets. I'm a good clam. I can keep that pearl tight in my shell. But yeah, well, see, I'm not pushing myself hard enough to do things like my laundry and house clean. Eat. I'm not pushing myself hard enough to eat. You can tell I'm not pushing myself hard enough to eat. Like, although I will tell you something. I got for $12 beef tallow facial cream. And I think I noticed a difference, especially with my lines, but my skin, like even after a couple of days of use, I was like, wow, you got like it's beef tallow with castor oil and frankincense in it. I think it's like $12, which to me is a lot of money. Because I hate shopping. I hate spending money. It's not for me. Angles, put me on a raft out in the middle of a lake and I'll be happy. Put me in a store with a wallet and I'm a miserable woman. Actually, just give me the wallet and leave me outside. I'll be happy. I don't like shopping. Maybe if I had money and I was not on a budget, Angles, I would have a different perspective than the one I have right now. Yeah, I am too skinny. I can't put this down. I'll be honest. I'm very self-conscious of my weight. Like if I had a boyfriend, which that will never happen in a million years, but if I had a boyfriend, I would not be getting naked. I'll tell you. If I had a husband, I'd be like, no, you got to wait till I put on weight for us to ever have sex again. Because that's how I feel about my body. Nobody's looking at it. I don't even want to put shorts on. I'm not bad. I mean, I'm still well proportionate that I'm skinny, but I'm too skinny. Like, Angel, I can tell my health is worse. I get too tired too quick. My energy is not the same. Okay, health and life at 100 pounds is very different than health and life at 125 pounds. I know it firsthand. Your clothes even feel different. I mean, I'm wearing a belt on purpose just to hold my shorts up. My underwear, well, honestly, I went out and I bought extra small underwear from Walmart. I was so surprised to even find extra small, because in Walmart you only get medium, large, extra large, double extra large, triple extra large. There's never any small or extra small. And even then, mediums, you don't get mediums in Walmart. It's only large, extra large, triple X, and quadruple X. But I went out and I bought extra small underwear so that way they stay up. Too much information. You know what's got me upset? The passing of Robert Duncan. Okay, I've kicked myself in the ass over Max Spears for years. Now I'm going to be kicking myself in the ass over Robert Duncan for years, just the same way I kicked myself in the ass over John Lear. It seems like after these men died, I got all my questions. I need to talk to them, and do they know me? And if they say no, I'm going to call them liars, and I don't care. I'm after their research and studies. I need to talk to them. I need to talk to them. I need to talk to them. And they're dead. Just my freaking luck. And that's bothering me. All I do is picture, like this morning I woke up picturing Robert Duncan's face in my head. That guy had to have known who I was. He had to have known me. And I never took the time to reach out to him. But it just dawned on me now. Like with Max Spears and John Lear. While they were alive, I was just too shy to talk to them. I would freeze up. You know, I kind of freeze up, and it's like, can I just hang out with you for about 15, 20 minutes? Things will happen. Questions will come to me, and then I can pose them to you. Just let me hang out with you for a little bit. I am seeking the answers for my own life. I'm not here for a date. I'm not here for a boyfriend. I already got a husband. His name is Yahusha. I'm not here for sex either. I'm here for answers. That's all I've ever been here for. Even when I talked to Commander James Casbolt, the first thing I did with Commander James Casbolt, in 2014, I went off seeking him. In one of his videos, Casbolt had mentioned his fiance's name. And I was like, Carmen. All right. So I went off. It took me a couple of years, but I found Carmen. And when I found Carmen, I said, may I please speak to your fiance? I have questions. I'm not here like the rest of the girls that are trying to get in your fiance's pants. They want to date your fiance just for status and popularity reasons. They just want to be around Casbolt to say they're around Casbolt. You know, I'm not here for that. I'm here for answers. I'm here for answers. And Carmen was great. She was like, honey, go talk to him. Her and I became friends. We're still friends. She's one of my... She just goes to me. I don't even know how to reach out to Aaron McCollum's wife to even see, would it be okay if I approached your husband? I'm here for answers. And if she said no, I'd be like, well, I'm going to override you. I'm going to talk to him if I see him. If I ever bump into him, I'm going to ask him my questions. You should just tell me yes, so that way you can be a part of me talking to your husband. You should just say yes so I can ask him my questions. And my answers for my own life are more important to me than anybody else's. So, right, Abba? So if somebody said, no, you can't ask, I'd be like, well, you better hope I never bump into that person, because when I do, I'm not letting go. But no, seriously, I'm not here for a date. I'm not here for that bull crap. I'm here because I have questions. Something happened to me, and I know people out there have answers. And that's another thing I don't like. On a personal note, when I want to talk to somebody and they start dodging me, I feel like they're playing games with me, they have something to hide, and that they're lying to me. I have been diagnosed with paranoia. So if you guys don't like a couple of quirks about my personality, oh well, get past yourself. I am a real survivor. I do not steal my testimony from other people like people do to me and then try to pass it off as their own. And before you know it, they've got 50,000 people watching them on the internet. And meanwhile, all they're doing is stealing my testimony, trying to pass it off as their own. I've seen it time and time and time again. I don't know what it is with the world, but all you people keep saying you have discernment, yet you run and flock to the liars. And you know what? I gotta say this. I'm not trying to be mean, but I have to say this. To my best friends, to my support system, I love you guys. I love you more. I love you more than sometimes I love my own life. So I put you guys before myself. Please, please stop praying that Yahweh put, I rebuke myself. Where did that word come from? Please stop praying that Heavenly Abba Yahuwah puts a guy in my life. Please stop praying for that. Please stop. I'm asking you kindly and nicely. Praying Abba puts a man in my life. It's nothing but confusion. It never works out. And it seems like the guy does what God... Again, I can't even get a word out. Because this thing is spiraling. It keeps spiraling. There's much confusion. Okay? No offense, but I'm not going to get into the details. I can't even tell you a story without the internet buffering. Something happened recently. A whole bunch of people saw it. And you know what my friends said? Now, I love my friends, okay? I'm not putting them down. I'm just speaking to a situation. That's all. So don't twist my words. Something happened. My friends saw. Well, then I started getting a bunch of phone calls and emails. Who is this person? Ooh, they're cute. Ooh, Holly. Stop it, guys. Please. I'm asking. I'm married to Yahusha. I have a perfect man. Secondly, I died in 2000. I died. Yahuwah resurrected me. Now, can any of you find me in the Bible what it's like for a person after they're resurrected? Because I can find parts in the Bible that talk about what a person's life is like after they've been resurrected. After that first resurrection in the Bible, what does Abba call those people who have been resurrected? He calls them like the angels. They cannot be given away in marriage. Marriage cannot hold them down. They conquered death. Marriage cannot hold them down. Do you know how hurtful and confusing it is for me? Please, guys, I have to ask you, stop praying that Abba puts a guy in my life. I hear you say that, then my mind starts going off in left field, and my focus is not Yahusha. I'm not in love with anybody. The guy that kissed me the other week, I don't have an interest in him. I never did. I'm married. The other people, that other situation that you guys saw, and you're like, ooh, look at that guy. He's good looking. Oh, Holly, I want you hooked up with him. Ooh, Holly, he said he'd go out with you. Stop it. Please. No guy is ever going to love me. Not the way Yahusha does. Hey, Renee. Yeah, I'm up early. I couldn't sleep. I had to let the chickens out of the coop. I don't know why they were locked in there in the first place. I didn't put them in there. And I woke up in pain. And I woke up with Robert Duncan's face in my head. So I came here as a means of therapy. And it's my video diary. And it's where I vent. And I can hear myself speak. And I can figure things out. And it's like group therapy. You know, deep down inside, yeah. If you take the dumbs away and you take my relationship with Yahusha and you just look at me, yeah, of course, the only thing I ever wanted in my life was to fall in love with a man and love him for the rest of my life and do whatever he wanted me to do with him. Just the two of us. And wedlock. 1 kid, 10 kids, okay, whatever you want, honey. I love you, I'm yours, that's it. I carry your last name, whatever you want. That's the kind of life I wanted, where I was head over heels in love with a man. And there was one time in my life that I thought I was in love with somebody. I flew out to New Mexico 2 times to see them. But in the end, it wasn't. In the end, honestly, he started talking to other girls and he started dating somebody else and he just blew me off. He just blew me off. It was like I wasn't even there. So if guys don't blow me off and vanish, treat me like I'm nothing, then they beat on me. I have a right guy that doesn't hurt me. He doesn't lie. He's always there. When I wake up, when I open my eyes, when I turn around, he's there. And I don't have to worry about him lying to me. I don't have to worry about Yahusha trading me in for another girl because she's got a father who's got money and my $1 million didn't matter at the time. Like, but how my life turned out is much different. First of all, if I were to ever settle down with a human being, it would probably have to be another super soldier, but that super soldier would have to be sold out on Yahusha. Otherwise, I would just be annoying to him. And the reason why I say would have to be, or if the person wasn't a super soldier, they would have to know all about super soldiery. They'd have to know about V2K software. They'd have to know my programmers and who they are. And I don't talk about, outside of Joseph Mangley, who I nicknamed Joe the Mechanic, outside of Douglas Riggs, I will not. Oh, well, recently I just came forward to give you Al Bielek and Preston Nichols' names. How dare they ever say they were victims? You ever notice in Preston Nichols' testimonies how he goes, and you put the victim in the chair. You put the victim in the chair. Yeah, his science was not worth the victims. I know. Yahusha, and he belongs to you. Relax and enjoy him. He sings over you. Thank you, Renee. And you know, I do. Because when I come here to talk about him, honestly, Renee, I always turn right back to him. And I gotta tell you about the name too, because that was something that I have to correct in my autobiography that was in my head to tell you, but I did not type it out. Renee, I went against Yahuwah, and I need to speak about this so other people learn from my mistakes. And it's a big whammy, and I never corrected in my book. I wrote my book back in 2019. Shoot, that's 6 years ago. So my full reintegration is not in the book. Castle Amaro is not in the book. There's a bunch of memories that I have not been able to put in the book. It's a rough draft, but you get the gist. The other thing, okay, 2 things. In my book, I confused one of the other super soldiers with a programmer. So in some of my stories, I need to change it to my handler and me. My handler and me. It was not another soldier. However, I was sent out on assignments and missions where I was with other soldiers, whether it was a one-on-one, me and one other soldier, or a small team of 6, or a larger team, like larger teams. All right. The correction I had to I needed to have is, Renee, in the summer of 2014, I went to Heavenly Abba on the throne. And I said, Abba, I know God is a title. What's your name? He said, I'll give you a hint. 4 letters. I'm like, oh, that's easy. I got it. Abba. You're Abba. So Heavenly Abba, Heavenly Father says, yes, I am your Abba, but no, that's not my name. Go find it. So Renee, for about 3 or 4 months online, I'm like looking up the name of God, and I'm bumping into all sorts of people that are saying all sorts of wacky stuff. Well, my gut told me to stop on this one video, and it was a rabbi. And you're not supposed to call yourself rabbi. Abba says, don't listen to anybody that calls himself a rabbi. Only I'm your rabbi. So this rabbi goes, his name is YHWH. The high priest once a year would go into the tabernacle, into the center of the Holy of Holies, and say a repentance prayer for all the sins of the Israelites that year, and he'd pour the blood of the sacrifice on the mercy seat of the Ark of the Covenant. And YHWH, because the Hebrew that Yahusha himself spoke when he walked the face of the earth did not have V's, A's, or J's. And we know this because of Psalms 119. The reason why Psalms 119 is in our good books is because that's the Hebrew he spoke. And in Psalms 119, there's a poem for every letter of the Hebrew alphabet. All right. So I go running back about 2 months, 3 months later. I'm like, Abba, 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 I learned your name. It's YHWH, behold a hand, behold a nail. And I'm not sure how to say it, though. I don't know if it's Yahweh. I hear some people say Yahweh. And then there's others that say Yahuwah. So I'm a little bit confused on how to pronounce it. But I'll say Yahweh. YH, Yahweh, WH. It turns out there's a fallen entity called Yahweh that you bind and cast away in Yahusha's name. So don't call him that. I didn't know at the time. I didn't know how to pronounce it. So Abba said, YHWH, behold the hand, behold the nail. Yes. Holly, go use it. Use my name. So right there, that blows the Jewish doctrine of the ineffable name of Yahuwah. That blows that doctrine out of the water, because there Yahuwah was telling me to use his name. 4 months later, I bump into Jonathan Cahn, C-A-H-N. I was 40 years old at the time. Now, I had been having visions of Jonathan Cahn since I was 13 years old. And in the visions, I would see Jonathan Cahn blowing his shofar with that prayer shawl on his back with the lamb. I had dreams of Anita Riviera and Trace Smith when I was 3 years old. Listen, guys, I have the gift of prophecy. Abba gave me the gift of dreams and visions. Okay? If you want a prophet, you're looking at one. But the reason why nobody gives me the time of day is because I tell you the truth. I don't give you feel-good service and false doctrine. I tell you the way it is. And because I tell you the truth and the way it is, I tell you things directly how Yahuwah tells me. I don't put twists on it. So anyway, I met Jonathan Cahn December 5th, 2014. He called me a blessing. He laid a baraka. He laid his hands on me. And that's when I found out I was demonically possessed, because he never got rid of the demon. When he laid his hands on me, the demon got comfortable. Jonathan Cahn invited me back December 12th of 2014 for the Festival of Lights, and I went back on the 14th, and that's when I married Yahusha Mashiach, my golden bow, because Jonathan Cahn was doing his sermon of the bridegroom feast, which the bridegroom feast is a false teaching. It's false because the church is not the New Jerusalem. The church is not the bride to Yahusha. Revelation chapter 21 and verses 2 and in verses 9 and in verses 10 of Revelation chapter 21, it point blank says the New Jerusalem is the bride to Yahusha. The New Jerusalem is the place that we live with Yahusha forever and ever. It's not the church. We are called out of the church if we are Yahuwah's people, whether it's Catholic or Christianity. Did you ever look into Constantine? Well, if you do, and you read Constantine's Creed and you read what a Christian really is, you're going to have a heart attack. But don't worry. Take a knee, repent to Yahuwah, renounce the Constantine, renounce the Christianity, and turn to Yahuwah. He will forgive you just like he's done with me. So when you have that heart attack, when you find out the truth about Christianity, turn to Yahuwah. He's going to forgive you and hold you up. And anyway, so Jonathan Cahn, in December 2014, he goes, "Oh, Holly Baglio, aren't you just so cute? You call him Yahusha?" The Yahusha. Oh, that's what it was. I didn't finish my story. So Abba told me his name is Yahuwah. YHWH, go use it. Well, in the same conversation with Abba, I said to him, I said, okay, now that I got your name down, Jesus, that's not his name. I know it's not his name. It doesn't fit right in my gut. Something's telling me that's not his name. That's not how he heard his name. That's just not his name. What is your name? And Heavenly Abba Yahuwah outright said, and he showed me how to write it on little blocks. You know, like toddlers when they're like 2-3 years old, they have these little blocks that have A, B, C, D, E, F, G, and they have 1, 2, 3, 4, 5 on the blocks. They're little learning blocks. Well, in my mind's eye, Abba gave me a vision, and on learning blocks, he put the letters YAHUSHA, Mashiach. He showed me Yahusha. So I started calling him Yahusha. I even have drawings from 2014 and 2015 where I have Yahusha written down. But then I come to meet Jonathan Cahn. And Jonathan Cahn goes, "Oh, isn't that so cute, Holly? You call him Yahusha. When you get to know him better, Holly, you'll call him Yeshua." And do you know what Jonathan Cahn believes? Well, the Jews believe that Yeshua, Yeshua, is frying in a vat of boiling oil for lying about being Yahusha. That's what the Jews believe. And the Jews tried to get me to call him Yeshua. Sadly, for many years, Renee, I went against Yahuwah telling me his name to satisfy Jonathan Cahn and all the other Jews and all the other Christians, because that's what they call him. But they're wrong. I know they're wrong because he told me his name is Yahusha. I was also wrong because he told me something. I knew the truth, and instead, I put my back to him and I listened to Jonathan Cahn tell me what to call him. I was listening to man, never listened to human beings. Never listen to human beings, never listen to human beings. And that's what Jonathan Cahn did to me. "Oh, isn't that cute, Holly? You call him Yahusha. Once you get to know him better, you'll call him Yeshua." And then a couple weeks later, Jonathan Cahn, instead of giving me his outreach program, he called the Jefferson Police Department on me. The Jefferson Police Department came to my house and said, "Holly, when you're dealing with suicide programming and deprogramming from MK Ultra and you're searching for your savior, when you do those things, you're not allowed to go to Jonathan Cahn. He doesn't want you back." Don't you guys ever tell me how that Jonathan Cahn is a man. Oh, he's a man of God, all right. God Rael. He called the cops on me instead of helping me, instead of giving me his outreach program. Oh my God. So we've been called out of the church if we're his people. And I'm not trying to combat you. I'm not trying to argue or debate you or put you guys down. I only mean to share what Yahuwah is doing with me, and I only mean to share what I read in the Bible and how I apply it to my life. I'm not trying to dictate to any of you. I'm not trying to make you feel bad. I do just want to implore you to go to Yahushua yourself and talk to him yourself. Cut out the middlemen. Test everything I say. Take it back to Abba and go, what is this crazy white chick well, what's this crazy peach chick talking about? I'm testing Holly. I'm testing the spirits. I'm testing things nailed down and not. Abba, I want to know the truth. I'm coming to you. Guys, he'll tell you outright, or he might put you on a little adventure, but rely on him. And to do that, you're going to have to spend time with him, get to know what it feels like to be in his presence. We all know what it feels like to be at church. But do we know what it feels like to be in just his presence? And when you guys take a knee and you repent and you say your daily prayer and you bind and cast away the demons and you're sitting there and you worship Abba and thank him for what he's done, when you're sitting there and it's just you and him, get to know that. Yeah, never, like if Abba tells you to do something, do it Abba's way. Don't listen to men. Don't listen to man. Don't listen to men. Don't even listen to me. Just be like, oh, well, what Holly said, I'm going to test what Holly said. I'm going to take it back to Abba and see what he says. I only mean, I do feel very passionate and I do push hard. I want you and I to be in the truth because I don't want to go back to hell. I died March 2007, and I will do everything I can in my power not to go back to that place I went to when I died. Because once you're there, you can't get out. You have no control. You cannot say, hey, demon, stop hurting me, and the demon go away like it does right now, how we're alive on the surface of the earth. What happens now with us being able to say, demon, get out of my room. Demon, I bind and cast away this sleep paralysis in Yahusha's name. Yahusha, please clear my atmosphere out. In hell, you can't do that. Oh, you could, but it's not going to work. Can I tell you something about Ozzy Osbourne? All right. Can you give me a moment? Because I'm going to go in. I should not do this because ginger ale is a Coca-Cola product, but I am going to get a soda. Can you guys just give me a moment and I'll be right back. I'm having a rough morning and I'm not making wise decisions. And I know drinking soda is a bad decision, but I'm going to go get some ginger ale. Excuse me a minute. I know. I just leave my car unlocked, doors open, cell phone out and running, going to the store, and come back. So, yeah, honestly, Renee, I've been having my alarm set for 5 a.m. so I could wake up and go to the laundromat. I've been doing it for 2 weeks now, and I can't seem to get my butt in gear to get to the laundromat. I only have a couple of clean pairs of pants left. So I like to go when nobody's there because I'll tie up 7 washing machines. I do laundry once a month. I'm the type of person, Renee, I'm the type of girl where I get 30 pairs of socks, 30 pairs of underwear, just to make sure I can go an entire month without having to do laundry. I have to go to a laundromat is why. If I had a washer at my house, I would be washing my clothes every week. I would not let the hamper get filled. I think. But I kind of like the laundromat because you can get a month of laundry done. You can get 3 weeks of laundry done in like 3 hours. You know how long that would take if I had to do it one by one? And they see you. Best time to go to the laundromats when I'm in there because nobody else is. But yeah, I actually there's my laundry. And even in the back, I like doing laundry. I like vacuuming. I like yard work. I like laundry and vacuuming. I like doing those things. I don't like cook. I hate cooking. You cannot get me to cook. If you want to pay me $100 a meal to cook the meal, I'll cook. But unless you're paying, I ain't cooking. I'm bad with cooking. Here, I don't mean to be rude. I don't want to vape in everybody's face. Like, you may know that I'm vaping. You may know that I do use medicinal cannabis, but I don't. I don't want to trigger people. I want to have consideration for you guys. Even though that this is my counseling and my therapy and anything goes in counseling and therapy, I still don't want to trigger other people with the smoking because I know how difficult it is to quit and stay quit. And what I mean by anything goes in counseling was a long time ago, I had a psychiatrist. About 20 years ago, I had this one psychiatrist. Oh my God, I loved her. I think excuse me for what I say, because I don't mean it. Maybe I should, if I don't mean it, then I shouldn't even say it. So anyway, there was this woman. She was older. At the time, I was in my 30s, so I think she was in her 50s. Short hair, like a butch haircut. She was not married to a man. All right. So anyway, I love this psychiatrist. What it was is I felt comfortable with her. She went to school. She had the knowledge. She had the education, right? She has the prescription pad. Well, I had a good rapport with this woman. I just loved, platonically, I just loved this woman, right? She had a different life. I didn't judge her for that. Why would I? I wasn't going there for her. I was going there for my own problems. And she would tell me, she goes, Holly, she goes, I don't care if you say the F-bomb or the S-bomb. I don't care if you say mother truckers, every third word. I don't care. Holly, I just want to get you talking. If I can get you talking, I can help you. I don't care the words you use. I just care that you're talking to me. I'm not going to be offended, whatever you say. I could care less. Words don't offend me, okay? You know the saying, sticks and stones break my bones, but words will never harm me? Okay. People should not be getting their panties in a twist over words. We should get our panties in a twist over the problem that's causing us harm. But anyway, this psychiatrist would say, Holly, talk. The whole point is to bring you in here to get you talking. I don't care if you say the F-bomb. I don't care if you curse. I just need you to get talking. There's sometimes you come in here and I can't get you to talk, and I can't do anything with that. And I love that woman. I love that woman, and she went and got another job, but her clients were not allowed to follow her. Otherwise, I would have followed her. It made people laugh. Okay. It's because the house came with one. Oh my God, I'm just like you, Renee. We'd make great roommates. The kitchen would always be spotless. Nobody would be in it. We could use the kitchen as a spare bedroom for company. I'm teasing. Yeah, I'm like that. I mean, there's sometimes I do like to cook, but that's like once every 10 years, and I might be making like before I ate clean, I used to love crab, filet of flounder stuffed with crab meat. Oh my gosh. Yummy. Joe. Golden coin, you cracked me up. You're funny. Okay. Okay, ultra. Okay. Okay, ultra. You're at the beach? Oh my gosh. Joe, my bestie. I hope you have fun. Get some sun for me. I hope you. Abba. Abba, remember what we were talking about last night about how I find things with you? Could you and Joe find like a really cool looking shell? Or could you have Joe find like jewelry in the sand? I hope, Heavenly Abba Yahuwah, that you and Joe have a beautiful time at the beach in Yahushua Shem Selah, because you're spending time with them. He took them with you to the beach, right? I want to go to the beach for a day. I would love to camp out at the beach. I have a 2-person tent. But I was thinking if I went camping alone, I'd probably sleep in the vehicle. That way I'd have a protective shell around me. Dish toilet says no man has ever been shot doing dishes. Guess I could just see you washing dishes. No, I'm washing dishes. Don't shoot me. When men wash dishes, like if you're married and you wash dishes, it's said, researchers say that men who are married that do dishes probably have a better intimate life with their wife because they're contributing to the house chores. Listen, you do the. I would probably ask Golden Coin, if I saw you doing the dishes, I would probably ask you to marry me. A man that does dishes. Oh, I hate doing the dishes. I'm so sick and tired of dishes. I kiss better than I cook. Ooh. Ooh. It's a good thing I never saw that sign back before I had my vow of celibacy. I would have got myself in trouble. I kiss, but well. I have no trouble kissing the cook. I just don't have a cook. The other Really? Oh, man, he must have been cooking you up a storm, Renee. He must have been like, hey, boss, I'm making sure I get home from work on time. I'm not going home from work late. I'm making sure I get home from work on time. I'm cooking because my wife is kissing and she's good. She's good at it. I used to say that all the time when I worked for AT&T as well as Pharmacia before Pfizer bought it out. I used to say, it's 4:30. I have got to leave. I don't want to be late getting home from work. I don't care being late going to work, but I do not want to be late getting home from work. And my bosses would always laugh. I'd be like, I'm going to be late getting home. I'm going to be late getting home. I got to leave right now. You might find a clam. Oh, wouldn't that be great if you found a clam with a big pearl in it? Yeah. That kiss could not have come at a worse time. I don't want to talk about it. I don't want to talk about it. It's over and past. I still have to deal with the situation, though. I haven't dealt with it. We'll talk in private. The next time I have an appointment, I'll have to, the next time I see the other person face to face, I'll have to say something. I'll have to say something. I should have said something at the time, but I was just so shook. I was like, this person knows that I'm an ex-super soldier, right? Like, this person knows I was built for war, and I might be 100 pounds right now, but you don't want to touch me. There's certain things you don't want to do, and what you're doing is something you don't want to do to me. All right, I think I'm going to drive home now. I'm starting to feel a little bit better. Oh, thank you, Renee. I gave Joe a secret, and I said, when I was telling Joe, something had happened to me. And I'm not going to talk about it publicly. I don't want to embarrass the other person. I don't want to embarrass myself either. And I do care about the other person. So I want to handle the situation respectfully and with courtesy. But I'm married to Yahusha. I have a vow of celibacy. And I feel like I am autistic. Back when I had the altars, I felt that I was autistic. But even though I'm fully reintegrated, that just means my altars are healed. They're all forward all at once. I'm just one whole operating unit now. We'll have to talk about that. But anyway, like, I am my altars. My altars are me. My altars are me stuck at the moment of extreme torture. In December 2022, Heavenly Abba gave me full reintegration. So the altars were all patched up. I'm one operating system, one personality, one person, one unit, one personality, not 169. And I have access to all of my memories like that. I don't have to wait for an altar to come forward. I'm healed now. I have access to everything because my altars were me and I'm my altars, and being fully reintegrated, I'm my altars. So I have all of what my altars were. I'm just all of that at one time now instead of being broken into pieces. Like, I would have to wait for Golden Queen can tell. Hey, good morning, Aaron. Golden Queen can tell you I had a altar that I named Zelensky. It felt like only when this one altar came forward did I have a personality or a sense of humor. So there I am for months waiting for my sense of humor to show up. And when the one altar that held my sense of humor, or that had a sense of humor, showed up, I named her Zelensky. I knew the Empress Huli. Chanuka. Chanukah is a holiday for my nukes. Yes. I don't have the raspiness in my throat. The Zelensky. Yes, the Zelensky. I am the Zelensky. Yes. 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 All right, I got to practice it. But anyway. I have a vow of celibacy. And I feel autistic in that don't touch me. You want to make an enemy? Then you'll touch me. Don't touch me. You don't need to touch me. I mean, like if I go to a conference and I show up and there you are, oh, I'm going to want a hug. I'm probably going to want a Kodak moment. I'm going to want a picture with you. Even if you say, Holly, don't post it up. I don't care about posting it up. I would want a picture of you and me together for me. But I'm just not good with the touchy stuff. Not good with it. The last time I was touched by a man was after Russ Distar's last conference, and I was raped June 2021. So since then, I don't have any interest in letting any guy touch me. A couple years after the rape, there was this one guy that asked me out for a birthday dinner. Yeah. Meanwhile, I got to go Dutch when he asked me out for a birthday dinner. Anyway, it was with a friend. And when the meal was over, we went to my place to hang out. We were friends ever since I was a little kid, so I didn't expect anything to happen. But then all of a sudden, after we were hanging out for about 45 minutes, this guy literally stands up from my kitchen table. We're in my kitchen, sitting at the table. He literally stands up, drops his pants, takes off his shirt, and walks in his naked body into my bed. And he goes, well, I sleep naked. I was like, what? Good luck with that. I don't sleep naked. I never hung out with him again. I was like, the last time we hung out, you kept your clothes on. The last time we hung out, you were respectable. I haven't seen you in years. And this is how you treat me? And this was a clean-cut Christian boy, too. Clean-cut Christian boys are just as bad as the drug dealers. Don't let the word Christian fool you. So, I've kind of had enough of dudes. And listen, there's one thing I've never had. I've never had a biblical relationship. I've never done it the right way. And if I were ever to be dumb enough to get in a relationship again, I would do it the right way. I would have enough respect for me, the relationship, and the man to do it the right way. Sex waits until after you're married. That's the one thing I've never had is a biblical relationship. I've never done it the right way when it comes to a romantic relationship. So unless it's done the right way, I don't want anything at all. And for that person just to lay a kiss on me, they don't stand a chance with me. They're lucky they did not get their head knocked off their shoulders. They're lucky they're still walking around right now. And I'm not kidding. I could have had any reaction. And the reaction I had when that was laid on me about a week ago was probably about the best reaction that I could have had because I'm not in jail. I was like in shock, like this person just kissed me. Like, what? Oh, God almighty. What the? I never. Oh, man. And I'm not here for that. You know damn well I'm not here for that. And that's what you do? No, I'm not interested. I'm not interested. And I'll tell you, over the past couple of weeks, this being the topic, this meaning, because something happened. No, I'm not talking about the kiss, but something else happened. And my friend saw what happened, and I haven't heard the end of it. And then my friends are hoping I get in a relationship. Then they're hoping this, they're hoping that. And you know what? It's confusing. It's all confusing, and I don't want it. I don't want it. I don't want it. So I am going to go back and put my videos on private because I don't want it anymore. It's too confusing. Nothing makes sense. I don't feel like myself. And last but not least, a relationship between me and another guy is never going to work. It's never going to work. So stop. I'm asking you to please stop praying for it. But also for my friends, I love you. But please don't put me in that position again. If you want to talk about these things and say, Holly, I had some thoughts in my head. I'd like to talk to you. I'm not trying to upset you, but I was thinking some things, and can I open up a conversation? We can talk. But please don't pray that Abba puts a guy in my life, especially because I'm asking you not to do that. I know that Abba's not going to put a guy in my life, and even if he did, it's just not going to work. It's not going to work. And it's confusing. And I don't want to get distracted. I don't want to be thinking of another guy when my focus needs to be on Yahusha. I don't know how to have a positive relationship. A man is not going to want to sit there and teach Holly Baglio, hey, Holly, it's okay if you want to hold my hand. Hey, Holly, it's okay if you want to lean over and give me a kiss on the cheek. Hey, Holly, when you see me, you better walk over to me and give me a hug. I don't care who's standing next to me. Holly, just because it's a girl, that's just a girl. You're my girl, and that's the difference, Holly. So when you see me, you come over to me. I don't care if I'm talking to a girl. Or Holly, it's okay if you want to put your arm around me. Holly, it's okay for you to call me yours. Holly, it's okay to say you love me, because when you do, I'll tell you I love you right back. More than that, Holly, I'll show you I love you. I won't beat you. I won't strangle you. I won't rape you. You will be my number one girl. That's it. So I think that all of us should keep praying that Holly stays focused on her golden bow, Yahusha. Because anything else might possibly be really, really painful to Holly. The one thing I've wanted in my life is the one thing I can never have. And now that I face the fact that I'm not going to have it, I'm comfortable. I'm comfortable. Yes, the dude that collapsed my lungs stole something from me that I can't get back. Yes, the other dude that raped me a year after my lung was collapsed stole something from me. And may Yahuwah have his wrath on both those guys. And anyway, when a guy comes in my life, all they're going to do is be like, okay, I'm the guy. It's going to go my way, Holly. And I will talk to you when I want. We're not going to talk every day. And you're just going to be happy with whatever I give you. And I'm going to pop up when I pop up. And when I go away, you're just going to be content and you're going to shut your mouth. And you're going to be happy with whatever I give to you. No. Just because I got over my fear of men recently, but that doesn't mean I want one. It doesn't mean I like them. And I have to remind myself I got over my fear of them. Hey, J13. Yeah, honestly, it's the one thing I've always wanted. Always. What girl do you know does not think about the man she's going to marry in her wedding day? And it's something this ex-super soldier will never have. Oh, and my ex-husband back when I was 24, that was a joke. I mean, we were married by Merlin the Wizard in Las Vegas. Come on now. But honestly, if it wasn't Abba's will for me to have a man, he'd put a man in my life, and I would love that man with everything I had. Loyalty, honesty, no cheating, but I'd want to do it the right way. And like, when I fall for somebody, I fall for somebody. Like all the guys that I ever dated in my past, I kind of became the guy. So for me right now, to have Yahusha as my golden belt, that's good. I should make him my boyfriend. I should put him in that position because then I'll become like him and I'll be focused on him and I'll have more of a chance of doing things the right way than the wrong way. Merlin the Wizard. I got married at Excalibur in Las Vegas. It was a lot cheaper to get married out in Las Vegas than it was to throw a wedding back home. I wasn't going to pay for it. My mother wasn't going to pay for it. I figured spending $2,000 to get married to the guy to fly out to Vegas, stay for a week and a half was too much money. The $1,900 for the week and a half vacation out to Las Vegas, that was worth it. But the $100 I had to spend to get married, no, it was not worth it. You know, if you look me up, I have a bad track record. I've dated every loser from here to Timbuktu and back. Any psychotic, drug-dealing, cheating, lying loser, wannabe thug, yours truly was dumb enough to date. And meanwhile, I never had to go scraping at the bottom of the barrel to get a boyfriend. I never had a problem getting a boyfriend. The problem is I always picked the wrong guy to date. So I just stopped picking. And then to boot, I was always one of these girls who took the guy back. You know, the girl that pisses you off, the girl who's always taking the abuser back, taking him back. I was that girl. So like when I talk to you about my videos and I complain about people, I used to be the very person I'm complaining about. And I'm very much aware that if I point a finger, three are pointing back at me. I get it. But I woke up from the lies. I woke up from the delusion. I woke up from my own muck and mire. I woke up from lying to myself and kidding myself. Now to like live a good, wholesome life, that's the challenge. To make sure we're listening to the right voices is the challenge. Can I move on to another subject that I've struggled with for many years? Okay. Now, because of fakes, frauds, and liars. All right, when it comes to other victims and survivors, well, that's the problem. I'm about to say when it comes to other victims and survivors, for the most part, I don't believe them. I don't. But then again, I keep meeting the fakes, frauds, and liars. See, these people since 2014, especially, I came out August 2016 publicly. So since August 2016, people have seen my name. They've seen my interviews, met me at conferences and said, "Oh, Holly, I'm a victim too." And we'd become friends. Well, a year and a half, 2 years later, when they got my full testimony, that's when all of a sudden, "Oh, my name is Safi and I'm a created human." That's when their testimony would change. That's when all of a sudden they were a super soldier. Now they're a created human. Now they're a bloodliner. Now they're on black operations. Now they're put through human hunting parties. And then they get up online and start spewing that to you guys. But yet, before they met me and became friends with me, they and their testimony were very different. "Oh, Holly, I'm not a super soldier like you." And then after they talk to me, oh, I'm a super soldier just like Holly. No, you're not. Oh, I'm a super soldier just like Holly because last night I got sleep paralysis. Holly's had sleep paralysis before, so I must be a super soldier. What is it with these people getting stars in their eyes over super soldiery? Why is it that my life of being raped and trafficked is so glamorous to these people online that they steal my testimony? Don't worry, Safi's not even her real name. She's never given you guys her real name. That's how she can get away with lying. Another way. So I just because somebody says that they've been trafficked does not mean I believe them. And I'll tell you, the people that I am extra sketchy of are the people that say they have voices in their head. Because right off the bat, you tell me you got voices in your head, that's demonic possession. If voice to skull technology is being used on you, then you are not covered under the blood of the Lamb, right? Because this technology should not be able to get through to us. If you're covered under the blood of the Lamb and this technology is used on you, you're going to see it for what it is. If you're not covered under the blood of the Lamb and technology is used on you, you could just, I guess I'm trying to make my way through victims and survivors. And I guess it just comes down with, I'm going to have to take each person individually, listen to them, and judge for myself whether they're giving me the truth or they're just like these fakes, frauds, and liars that are out there just for money and popularity, like King's World and the Beam Team. My finest barakas and prayers to King's World, his friends, his family, and the Beam Team. They do amazing work. They look into people's backgrounds. And there's some survivor online that's been lying to you guys for many years. I've known. But anyway, King's World and his Beam Team did the digging around. And they found out that this one survivor is a complete liar. The problem is all the people that are believing in this victim's lies, they are dead set in believing this victim's lies. There's no telling them anything else. So this brings me back to the Bible and I'm sorry to say the Bible word, I don't want to summon fallen entities. So this brings me back to scripture. And in scripture it says that because people don't love the truth, that Yahuwah, his hand is forced and he's going to send out strong delusion. Because these people do not love the truth, he sends them strong delusion so they may believe the delusion. And all of these people flock to believe the lies of others. They're a part of the great falling away. To fall away from the truth, to believe the lie. Nobody wants the truth. Nobody wants to stand up for the truth anymore. They want sensationalism. They want things to tickle their ears. They want things that increase their ego. They don't want to humble themselves. So I don't know. Okay, let me see. I'm sorry, I keep forgetting I have my... What's SS? About SS Super Soldier. Crazy that we were in the end times. I knew it since I was a kid, but it's really evident. Yeah. Yeah. September 2018, the dude that I had known for 21 years, I let him and his kid move in my house. All he did was beat on me for a year and a half. But September 2018, he collapsed my lung. He pled guilty. He pled guilty to felony, aggravated assault. He said, yes, I jumped Holly Baglio the same way a lion jumps a gazelle to take it down for dinner. I jumped her from behind when she was trying to flee me. And he runs around telling everybody that I fell. And because I fell against the counter, it collapsed my lung. Do you know how much pressure it takes to collapse a lung? A fall is not going to collapse your lung. Somebody punching you will collapse your lung. And that's exactly what happened. So he runs around telling everybody, oh, I'm innocent. She did it to herself. No, I didn't do it to myself. And I'm so glad that you got the current girlfriend you got, dude. You know, oh, and then the girl he left me for. He's like 47, really old. And she's like, I don't know, in her 30s. This girl had big girl. Like, I'm small and petite and skinny and cute and petite and small. She big bone, big features, gaudy features. She literally has her whole entire head shaved, and she's got this little patch of hair up top on her head. And then she takes this little patch of hair and dyes it all these different rainbow colors. And she wants to be a cool mother to her son, so she lets the ex who collapsed my lung tattoo her body up. And let me tell you, his tattoo work is nasty looking. So he runs around saying a bunch of lies about me. And that's okay. He's the one that he literally pled guilty. He said, I'm guilty, aggravated felony assault. I attacked Holly Baglio. I attacked her from behind when she was trying to escape me. I attacked her like a lion takes down a gazelle. And then June 1st of 2021, I was raped by some dude who wants to be a famous musician. He was a backup replacement musician member. Did you guys, a replacement, not the real deal, just a backup. I was never into Dream Theater's music. I was never into them. But the dude who raped me was very much into them. And he used to say that that was his band. But when you look up Dream Theater, his name is nowhere on it because the guy that raped me is a wannabe. Wannabe famous. I don't want to be famous. I want to be infamous. If I was infamous, then everybody would stay away from me because they'd be like, you know what? That girl will mess me up. That girl's known for doing bad stuff. I'm going to stay away from that girl. Fame fades. So those were the last. Oh, and then I told you a couple of years ago, what was it, for my birthday in 2022, then I tried to go out with who I thought was a friend, but then the way he treated me, I was like, oh man, you know, what's with you guys? Yeah, you know, I would love nothing more than to, yeah, humans definitely complicate things. Brag about being a super soldier. You got to ask these sick people. You got to ask them. You got to ask Safi. You got to ask Brooke and all of them. Susan. You got to ask them why they lie about being super soldiers. And why they lie about all of this stuff. It's sick and twisted to lie and say you were traumatized, tortured, and raped when you weren't. And all that person does is mucky the waters. You know why they lie about it, Golden Coin? Because it gives them money, popularity, and friendships they would not have had otherwise. If they were honest about their lives, people would be like, oh, I'm sorry to hear that, and move on. But the fact they sit there and go, oh, I'm just like Holly and I'm a created human. And it's lies. And some of these people that are forward right now and on fire right now, it's because they're stealing their testimonies from people like myself and Kathy O'Brien. And that's another reason why I'm coming forward. If these people have found it good enough to steal my testimony, then I'm good enough to give it for myself. And you can tell I went through it. You can tell I lived it. You can tell I'm telling you the truth. And I know my testimony when I hear it. When somebody else steals it, I know it. And the super soldier projects that I'm exposing have been shut down for 17 years. I was decommissioned. I was released. These other so-called MK Ultra slaves, they don't tell you about that, do they? But they tell you they're super soldiers, right? And that super soldiers are still being made. Super soldiers like me have not been made for the past 17 years. Even Casbolt has told you guys that. They don't need to make super soldiers. They already got all the information already. They perfected those trauma torture-based mind control techniques into a vaccine. They haven't made super soldiers in 17 years. And when do you hear these so-called other people tell you that? You don't. They want you to think they're still ongoing, so you keep flocking to them and giving them your time, money, and attention. There are MK Ultra projects still ongoing, such as the ones to make a shooter. It only takes 7 days to grab somebody off the street and turn them into a shooter. 14 days if you're a hard case. It takes a week to program someone to be a shooter. Those MK Ultra mind control projects are still ongoing. But the ones I come from are not. But your tax dollars are what went into me being created. Your tax dollars go into these projects. That's where they get the money, is from your tax dollars. Your tax dollars paid to create me. Your tax dollars put me in that cage. Your tax dollars. I was guilty too, because I was paying taxes up until the point that I was fully disabled. I haven't paid taxes since I've been fully disabled, but then again, I don't work because I can't work. Many of these people, without saying any more, you're the only one. I'm really humbled, Aaron. Yeah, I don't want to say names. I've slipped and said names before. And it's atrocious. When you hear what was stolen from me was my testimony about Russia, my testimony about Buckingham Palace and the human hunting parties, my part in my testimony where me and 3 other little boys made a pact when we were kids, should any of us get out, we would come back for the others. Well, in December 2015, those 3 boys came back for me. That was stolen from my testimony. And no, I haven't found those 3. Well, I haven't talked to Aaron. And I'm still searching. As of late, I just found the voice behind the voice to skull technology. The voice behind the voice to skull technology that was used on me between the dates of December 13th and December 19th of 2014, that was Robert Duncan's voice. That muffled kind of sounding voice, that was Robert Duncan's voice on the Voice to K software. And now he's dead and I can't talk to him. I'm upset about that. I'll be honest. Right now, what's upset me is that I cannot reach out to Robert Duncan because he's dead. And I bet you that man holds a couple pieces of the puzzle that I could really use to get the answers that I've sought out to acquire about my own life and what happened to me. So now I know the voice behind the voice to skull technology. I only know one. There were two men that used that voice to skull technology on me. I've yet to find the second man. Boy, that second man was really upset too. He was like, does she know who she is yet? And pushed the books and computer off the desk and then slammed the door closed. In my life, I am the only person where I have seen this technology used for good. I remember I gave you this part of my testimony a couple of years ago, 2-3 years ago, and one woman pops up out of the blue. Oh, I hear voices in my head and they use it for good reasons, Holly. Yeah, the voices in my head, they're good reasons. Just like you. I've seen the technology used for good, just like you, Holly. Get the hell out of here. I don't approve you. I don't agree with you. I don't know you. I don't want to know you. Go away. This voice to skull technology is bad. It's all bad. Even if you think it's being used for good reasons, it's not. It's bad. I'm not sure that I want to be a whistleblower. And that's what's irking me this morning. I'm not sure because the powers that be obviously want me awake and they want me talking. I'm not sure I want to talk anymore. I am sure that I want to win souls. I am sure that I want to get rid of demons. But I'm not sure I want to talk. I come from black operations. We used to do this stuff to people. Voice to skull technology is not a good thing. When you hear voices in your head, it's demons. Or it might be an altar. Or you might be picking up frequencies from the Gwen Towers. There's Gwen Towers worldwide. You could be picking up from that. Again, demons. These targeted individuals sit there. Oh, well, the government and military sitting outside my house, pointing direct energy weapons at me, only me. Not you, Holly, but me, because I'm more special. They're after me, Holly, not you. When you think somebody's after you and there's nobody there, that's paranoid schizophrenia. That's not MK Ultra. That's not voice to skull. That's paranoid schizophrenia. If you don't want to fast and pray with fasting to get rid of your demons, then the only option you have left is the medical field, and they'll tell you you're a paranoid schizophrenic. Bind and cast away your demons. Get the voices out of your head. Get covered under the blood of the Lamb so you never have to hear those voices again. Unless it's a new demon attack popping up. The Gwen Towers were going from 4G, 5G, 6G, 7G. Okay, that's going to cause you to hear things and see things and get physically sick. That's not your voice to skull technology, and that's not your military and government following you around just to give you and only you a bad day. Do you know how much money that would cost? And these people that think, oh, I'm just so important. The government wants me because I know too much. I know too much. Guys, you don't know any more than I know, and I don't know any more than you know. The government doesn't want me. They're not coming after you. I got a couple of friends. Well, I shouldn't even say friends. I know a couple of people flipping out. They're coming for me. I know too much. No, you don't. You know about the same as everybody else knows. Knock it off. What? Because you woke up. It's a big deal to you. Not everybody else. And you're not the only one waking up. You're not the only one that knows this stuff. But I mean this it's really upsetting because I lived it. And that's one thing these fakes and frauds that steal my testimony will never have. They never lived it. And they're not sitting here alive, looking back over their life like I am. They're thieves, and they know it. And it's going to come out on Judgment Day. When you're sitting there saying that you lived through something that you never lived through. I saw this one survivor. Oh, I had it like that. I had the money. I had the clothes. I had the jewelry and the cars. I could just walk out and people would throw themselves at me. I had it like that. And when this girl was giving her testimony, I was like, oh my goodness, that's not at all a super soldier. And that's not at all how my life was. I know you were not trafficked by what you say and how you say it, because my life being trafficked was never like that. And if you had money and cars, you were not an MK Ultra slave. You're lying. And I'm going to tell you something. His name is Yahusha. He's got one name, one voice, one Alua, one name. Just because somebody says okay, when people say, oh, well, I have JESUS, I'm saved. My antennas go up because I know JESUS to be an imposter to my Savior. Between the Catholics and King James, they took his name away from us and replaced it with Jewish words. LORD summons BAAL. When you see somebody holding their hands up and making a heart sign with their hands, that heart sign they're making with their hands is a hand gesture made for BAAL. God is a title, and when you say God, it summons God Rael. So with these so-called survivors getting up online lying, oh, I got to live in my car because they're after me, Holly. They're after me. They're trying to kill me. I have to live in my car to be a whistleblower. You're a damn liar. I live the life. I am who I say I am, and I can live in one spot. All you need to do is not give out your phone number, not give out your location. It's that easy. Nobody's chasing after you. Maybe the demons, maybe your own imagination. If myself and someone like James Casbolt can live in the same house all their lives without moving and without running and living life on the run, then so can you. I've not seen another whistleblower divulge as much information as I've seen Casbolt divulge. And the so-called survivors that are online right now giving their testimonies, oh my God. I could name them for you, and those are the same people that have stolen parts of my testimony to pass it off as their own. And then they get thousands of people listening to them. I mean, how do they sleep at night knowing that they've lied to everybody? They never lived it. That girl, Tori, never lived it, and that's her name. It's Tori, and that's not her adoptive mother. That's her girlfriend. Tori and Shelley are lovers, not mother and daughter. Oh, we're going to save the kids. We're going to save the kids. Not with your JESUS, you're not. You ain't saving no kids. You're busy stealing my testimony. Wait, do you think all that could manifest as I'm truly asking to understand, because there's moments I truly feel targeted. All right. I've been targeted by the demons, and it's something to be seriously. It's not to be taken lightly. I've been at stores, like I've gone out to different stores where people have made faces at me or followed me around the store or done strange things along the lines of gang stalking. But what it turned out to be, Aaron, was they were not covered under the blood of the Lamb. So the demons could manifest in that other person to get at me, and the other person was none the wiser. They're not living right to begin with. So any demon can come along and influence them, oppress them, possess them, afflict them, and use them to attack me, unbeknownst to them. It's very serious, Aaron. It's not a joke. Fast. Go to Abba. Ask him, why are these demons here? What's going on? How do I get rid of it? What do I do? How long would you like me to fast? I have been gang stalked by demons, and it feels like you're being gang stalked by human beings, but it's not. It's demons, and I think it's a lot worse. I mean, because if you're gang stalked by human beings, all you have to do is open up your blinds, open up your front door, take a couple of pictures, and then send it to the police, and the police get rid of them. I know because I've been in that situation. I've been stalked by demons and I've been stalked by humans. Last year, for 3-4 months, some guy was sitting outside my house. If somebody's sitting outside your house, you'd have pictures of them. So for these people to go, oh, the government's outside my house pointing direct energy weapons at me, giving me a bad day, that's a bunch of crap, a bunch of lies. There's Gwen Towers. All of us are exposed to these frequencies. At the point we are in life, we're waiting for the 7-year tribulation to start. We are that far along. Fast, because it's the fasting that gets rid of the principalities with legions. You might be at it for a while, Aaron. Do not let the demons wear you out, because they're going to go to wear you out. They're going to go to drag this on. They're going to make you doubt whether his name works at all. And it does work. They're just trying to lay into you. They're trying to wear you out so that you turn around and go, if my life is going to be like this with Yahusha, then I don't want it. That's what they're trying to make you say. Don't let them win. By your trauma, peace, then something happens to that person. For me, it's just Yep. Heavenly Abba, I lift up Erin to you. Please keep her invisible to the enemy. Please put her in a bubble. Keep her invisible to the enemy. I pray that you station your warring angels around her to help her bind and cast away the kingdom of darkness. Minister good health into her and minister your living words to her. Abba, have your angels help her. Have them stay with her so she's not alone. Abba, please give her eyes to see so that she can see those angels that you send down by her and be comforted and be reassured in Yahushua Shem Selah. Abba, please give Erin the answers she seeks. Okay, so these demons, they can stalk you, but they can jump into or onto anybody and manipulate that person to attack you. And that person will not be the wiser. But to us, to you or me, it would feel like, oh, this person's got a personal vendetta against me. They're personally here for me. It's personal. It is personal for you because the demons are coming at you, but the other person that the demons use to get at you, that person is not going to realize what the demons are doing. That person's going to think they're just better than the sliced bread. Oh, it is spiritual. Okay, because if it's human beings, I was going to say, Aaron, if it's human beings, you get out your cell phone and you record everything at all times. When you get back home, download it from your cell phone onto your computer, save it, back it up on discs too, so you got a couple copies. If there's actual physical people gang stalking you, you're going to be able to get pictures of them, and you're going to be able to go to the police, and you're going to be able to get help. I know, because I've been in this situation, and the police helped me. Excuse me. I had a phlegm issue. If it's people, Aaron, well, you gotta be slick. If it's people, let me know. I want to come hang out with you, and we'll record. If you're being gang stalked by people, you get out your camera, and you have your camera recording voice and audio wherever you go. And don't be afraid to point up your camera. You can always look at your cell phone like you're talking to somebody, or be like, oh, hey, Holly, so I wanted you to see my new shirt. Do you like it? Holly, I just bought this the other day. I was thinking about getting you a shirt just like this. What do you think? So you can point your camera to where you need it to be. But you can make the other people think, oh, she ain't recording us. She's just on her phone, whatever. If you do want to talk, Holly Baglio at myyahoo.com. If you want to talk, and we can take it from there. If you want to, you don't have to, but we could take it from there. Like, just, we could start with that email and take it from. All right, I'm repeating myself. You know what I'm trying to say without saying it. If you want, you don't have to. If it's spiritual, oh, the fasting. But Aaron, get oil, extra virgin olive oil, hold it up to Abba and say, please make it holy and sanctified. I want to use this to anoint myself in Yahusha's name. And then dab oil on your forehead, anoint yourself. Anoint yourself for, say, Heavenly Abba, I come before you to lift up myself. Please anoint me in this oil for added spiritual protection. I'm getting it, Abba. I'm getting my butt served to me. But here's a situation. I'm being stalked. This is what's going on. Go into detail with him, even though he's here and he knows everything. Talk to him like you would talk to me, and tell him everything. And then say, Abba, I anoint myself in this oil. Please fill and overflow. Barak and baptize me in your Holy Spirit, in your Ruach Kadesh. Please dwell in my flesh temple the way you dwell in heaven. And please give me added spiritual protection, because I'm going through this terrible situation. In Yahusha Shem Selah, which reminds me, Abba has told me to anoint myself in hallowed oil every morning because of where I am, what I got going on, and what I'm doing. I've learned to use the holy oil as a weapon, to anoint myself in holy oil as a weapon. And let me tell you, it makes a difference. It makes a difference. The demons, like, I hear voices sometimes during a demonic attack is when I'll hear them, and the demons will start whispering lies in my ear, and I bind and cast them away. But anointing myself in hallowed oil, I don't hear the demon voices anymore. Because I took on one case, and before I even got the first phone call to my one case, the demons were saying, oh, you are not qualified. You're not qualified to take this case. Oh, I'm qualified, all right. The demons just did not want me on the case. They were scared because these people brought me on the case. In the end, the people are stuck with their demons because in the end, the people did not do any of their work. Oh, but Holly, the demons said you were unqualified. No, I'm not unqualified. The demons were trying to throw me off. See, the problem is I love helping people. I pray for people and add fasting all the time. I jump into their spiritual warfare. The problem is give me the person who wants to do the work, because so far I only get the people who do not do the work that I needed to do